That, ladies and gentlemen, is the German World War II Panzer II or Panzer II tank that the Germans utilized during the Second World War. This is a genuine, original Panzer tracklink from Panzer II, found on the Eastern Front where the Germans met the Red Army just outside Berlin. It's accompanied by a little original illustrated magazine right there. This piece can actually become yours. If you want to find out how, well, stick around and I'll show you. Welcome to the History Hunter. Yes, all that you see, that is what we do. We do the research, we travel, we go out to locations, we find fantastic World War II history, and we do it our way and our team. The World War II History Hunter team on Patreon or our PayPal supporters are helping us along the way to reach more targets, and so can you. So you have to be a subscriber, you have to kind of leave a comment, a little heart. Anything that helps us out to reach more people, to give you more material like this. Don't believe my eyes. There's a huge aircraft piece under here, under the snow. This is the only thing that's peeking out from there. What the heck? Is that a serial number? I think these are ammo crate handles. We have what looks to be a single flare, 20mm, and this thing here. It's not German, could be local. And then that thing there, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to take that and see it, but it actually says 1941. So that's a German beer bottle that the Germans brought with them. Yes, that's what it's all about. And today it's my time to give back to you. I will pass on to some of my supporters some beautiful, genuine World War II artifacts, and you can become the future keeper of that. First, before we start, I want to say a personal massive thank you to some special people on our World War II History Hunter team. We have some officers. I want to say hello and thank you to Alfred, Daniel, William, Nick, Grant, Tom, Cynthia, Paul, and Civil Defense. Thank you for your great support to the team. We will go over to our 3-star generals. Thank you, Daniel, Rob, Matt, and Omar. Thank you so much for being here with us. 4-star generals, we have Michael, Laura, Emil, and Dennis. Again, thank you so much for being with us. And a 5-star general alone that's going to be accompanied very soon by one other individual, Vintage Speedworks. Thank you for helping us along the way, and we couldn't have done it without you. And we have some 3 very special individuals which are on the History Hunter Wall of Honor. Thank you so much to Mari, Roy, and Jess. You are absolutely the backbone for the History Hunter team, and there's a lot of you out there as well. Thank you for being out there for us, and you are the reason for us to be able to present material like this. Lieutenant Mestheim was going up these stairs. Mestheim, he was very known U-boat captain. Look how they actually made it really nice, but it's also practical because it's not that easy to slide on when it's kind of icy. This is a bunker where the crews could be running into and just kind of be safe if there was an air raid. Never seen that before. That's normally taken away right after to burn or do something else with, but somehow they just left that scaffolding there. Absolutely amazing to see. where the gun is actually still there. A German World War II gun still laying in its crib. Yes, each and every one of these pieces are 100% original. These are no eBay fakes or anything like that. We come across all of this, like all of these here, was going to be passed on to someone today. These are original German World War II battlefield munition pieces. A little assortment there, the Panzer II. That booklet is ultra rare. It's going to be passed on to someone, and we have these beautiful shadow boxes. All of these pieces are pieces that we have acquired during our research travels and visits to these locations. But now let's start passing on to stuff here to you guys. So let's check out who the new Patreon team members of April are. Wow, these are like dinosaurs from the past. Yes, that is what it's all about, to do all of this together. That is why I feel so lucky to have our History Hunter team, our PayPal donators, all of you subscribers out there cheering us on. And we do share history in a very special way. And I really do mean history shall be everywhere. That is why we pass on to you these pieces of these very special days during the Second World War. All right, let's see who the new team members on the History Hunter team is. I want to say thank you and welcome to Michael, Bold Lion, Patrick, Sean, Julie, Alan, 3i6, Roger, Eduardo. All right, sorry about that. Welcome as team members, and together, you know, we will share history in a very special way, and we show that every month. We have hundreds of videos for you to enjoy, so it's just because of all of you that helps us along the way that we can actually go out and do this. So now I want to see that there's one special individual that will have this little piece here. This is what we call the Third Reich daily life kind of shadow box. This is actually a genuine Zigarettenkarten or cigarette card that the German soldiers could exchange and put in catalogs. And you know, they used and did that in the bunkers, in the barracks, even in the trenches. I've seen photos of the guys sitting there looking at these images, the small kind of photos, and they could put them, as I said, in their albums and change them in between. And you know, just a very special, unique piece of the Third Reich daily activity. And it's got nothing to do with politics. This is just a piece of history for me, and I want that piece of history to be out there with you. So this goes to Sean. This is your little gift from us. Thank you, all of you, for becoming History Hunter team members. And with your kind help, we will be able to go out and find more and share more. And you know, we will share things like this. Wow, what is that? I think this is the control bunker for the Freya and the Wolfsburg-Riese radar. So I think we're gonna have a look inside. Look how heavy duty that is built. That's like 1.5, maybe 2 meters thick roof. The last structure that is here actually seems to be like a bunker. Yes, and we do work hard to do and present all of this, so your help is greatly appreciated. Couple of more of the dioramas to be passed on to you. We have a very cool little thing. This is a Mauser K98 cartridge found, and I put it in this little box with that picture. It kind of just shows you the basic essential tools that the German soldiers would use during the Second World War in the trenches fighting for his life and his fatherland. This goes to Brian. Thank you so much for being a team member, and you are enabling us to go out and do even more with your kind support. This thing here is the German World War II Feldpost stamp. It's actually that the original thing there. I just kind of put that little larger kind of print there so you can see it better, but it's actually the original stamp right there. And this goes to Neil. Thank you. You know who you are. I won't put your last name there, so if I haven't already, please send me your addresses so I can send it as soon as possible. And again, I would like to please tell all of our Patreon team members to go into your profile page on the Patreon thing or Patreon page. You could edit in your address on your profile page, so I have it accessible. It will be much more easier for me to actually send out surprises to you, because I want to do that regularly, not just this, but I actually send out pieces for all of my supporters on regular basis. But I need your addresses, so please go in, edit that in, and will help me out tremendously. Oh my lord, that's the whole outer section of a German Luftwaffe aircraft wing piece. We found it. And guess what? Yes, so much more is coming your way, and we can't wait to share greatness with you. Gonna pass on some more here. This is a very dear thing for me. This is a German WW2 Luftwaffe shadow box. It actually has a nut from the Jumo engines. This is from the oil cooler hoses and systems in a Jumo engine, found at the German aircraft repair facility. And we have a cartridge that was most likely for the MG15 on board the Luftwaffe aircraft. This one goes to Nick. He's been with us for a very long time. Thank you, my friend, for being in there for us and with us. And remember, it's not about us going out and doing this. It's about us doing this together. And I feel that each and every one of you are behind our backs every step of the way. And I'm so proud, I'm so honored, and I'm so privileged to be able to do this with my son and daughter, especially with Eagle Eyes this last years, as my daughter is getting older and she's doing her own things. And we are going to show you something really special about that later. But nevertheless, you are behind our backs every time we go out. And that is the reason for us to be so passionate and have the enthusiasm to go out there over and over and over again. So thank you again for doing that. You are actually the reason for us to be able to continue to look for history and share history. This is a very special piece. It is a little piece of a German barbed wire found at a prisoner of war camp. These are very, very simple, small pieces, but they tell the story so much. It's like you say a picture can tell you like 1,000 words, but this little piece of barbed wire actually tells you 1,000,000 words. So absolutely fantastic. Kyle, you've been with us for a very long time. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for helping us on the way. And this is now yours to be the future keeper of. We have this thing here. Every month I do something special for one of you. I want to say a special thank you by creating a little patron of the month or team member of the month thing. This is a very special felt post. German felt post system was extremely important for especially the soldiers to get messages back and forth from families and all of that. And this is marked with the Waffenamt eagle, the stamp is there and everything. And I want to give that to a person that's been with us for a very long time. And we do appreciate your support tremendously, my friend. And it's people like you that kind of help us along to reach the other destinations, reach the new location. All of that is thanks to people like you, but also you've been in there for such a long time. You never kind of say anything. And I want to say a huge thank you to you, Ronald, for being in there for us. You won't believe how appreciative I am, especially being a single dad and being able to do what I do, share with my kids, especially my son now. And it is thanks to people like you that we can do this. So thank you, Ronald, for being in there for us. But now let's check out a little different thing here. Come on, come on. This is embarrassing. Come on, History Hunter. Show the people what you can do. Down. No. There. Go, go, go. Yeah, I think we have it. I think this is what I wanted. I wanted to be solid in between there, because I don't want to miss it. Ooh, where am I? Oh yes, we're not just on the surface, actually underwater as well. And we are using some pretty spectacular tools to do that. We are using this Fifish V6S omnidirectional ROV and it's absolutely spectacular. And guess what? It has a grabber. So you can see our underwater explorers that we actually found pretty cool things down there, but we constantly look for different solutions to be able to get more out of this grabber system here. And we have some incredible people on our team, and one of them are William. And William, he runs the Sea-Link System Incorporated. I'll put a link in the video description so you can check that out. And what he does incredible, his company does incredible robotics, and also robotics which are kind of meant for kids as well. And it's so cool to see the potential that the robotics can have on children. My own kid, my own son, he's kind of picking up on some stuff that William has helped us along with, and he's doing a lot of the flying with the drones and with this ROV here. But what we wanted to see if we can have more possibilities to use the grabber system here. So I did my own amateur thing like this, but you know, boom, people like William comes in, and guess what? He is a freaking genius. He has come up with some pretty spectacular new solutions for us, and they are just amazing. What this guy can do with his kind of people at Sea-Link Systems is just absolutely out of this world. These are new additions for some special tools that we are going to use on the ROV. And he actually also, we have a very special location where we found a lot of German World War II bottles which are marked underneath, and he actually just said, well, we'll fix that, and he created this little bottle grabber which are now going to be put on here, and it's going to enable us to get more of these bottles up, and guess what? They're going to end up with our people who support us. And I am amazed to see the quality of these items, and this is what's so great with our team. William here, he knows his stuff with that, so he actually helps us out with these things, and we are so happy for that. And some of you are really good at researching things, some of you are good at robotics, some of you are very good at letting me know exactly where locations could be, interesting places to go to. And it's amazing to see how powerful this community has become, and it's such a great honor and pleasure to be able to go out there and do these things on a regular basis, and that is what it's all about. I will gladly endure the cold, the wet, the crappy conditions out there, travels for days to find that specific little lake where we could maybe go down and do this or that. And it's thanks to people like William, Sea-Link Systems, and all the rest of you that we can do this. So thank you, William. Thank you, Sea-Link Systems, for being able to help us out with that. Thank you, massive thank you to QYSea, who are helping us out and believing in what we do. It's been a little standstill for the underwater ROVs adventures lately. There's a lot of reasons for that, don't have to say too much, but it's about weather, it's about a lot of things, COVID, illness in the family, blah, blah, blah. But we are picking up where we left, and I think there'll be some great moments coming up. So thank you again, everybody, for helping us out with this underwater exploring adventures. If you're still wondering how you become a future keeper of that Panzer track link for the Panzer II, like that one, well, keep watching and you will find out. First of all, the links for the different kind of ways to support us are under the video in the video description. You can check out the Patreon thing. There are special perks that are the for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, research videos, restoration projects. There are the special pass on to you giveaways that you've seen with the WW2 dioramas, all of that. That is for that thing. And then we're going to come over to the PayPal donations. Every month we accept PayPal donations for all of you who want to support us in your way, whatever. And I also created something a while ago which were to be able to bring back something to all of you who support us by some donations. And what I do, I'll just collect the donations that comes in like this in a list, and I pick the 2 highest donations, and I will make sure that I have some beautiful things for you to be the future keepers of. And again, all of these are our own findings, or they've been given to us, or we come across them during our explores. There's no copy paste reading out of books here. This is the real deal. We go out, we really endure the environment and nature and all of the hardships to do this, but it's so well worth it. But at the same time, I know that I want to let as many people as I can to have a piece of the history, and that's why my motto is history is everywhere, and by passing it on to you, it will be. So every month people donate to us, and I'll do a little thing, and that's exactly what we're going to do here now. I want to say a massive thank you. By the way, I collect all the donations from the 1st of the month to the last of the month, the 38th, the 31st or 30th. And then at the beginning of next month, I will present it like this. So if you're just in between there and you're overlapping with a day and you're not kind of in this last month, you will be the next month, just for you to know. All right, so PayPal donations for the History Hunter activity April. I want to say massive thank you to Martin, Harry, Laura, Lisa, David, Donald, Matthew, Kate, and Vincent. Thank you so very much for your kind donations. And what do we have? Well, we have two kind of things here. This little batch here is kind of like if you want to start up your own little German World War II kind of collection. This is stuff that is very, very hard to get to. These are original literatures. We have Feldpost, you have like a Kompress from the Deutsche Rotes Kreuz. It's marked 1941. It's never been opened, it's original. We have a couple of small Zigarettenkarten. I have a tow iron from a German booth, which was never issued actually. I have a stockpile which were presented to me, and these were meant to be on the German boots for the soldiers, but it was never issued, so they're here. Coin, battle damage coin, Reichspfennig, a button, German World War II Feldpost stamp, cartridge, and some other small memorabilia. That is one of the batches. And then I got an idea, rather Eagle Eyes, my son, got an idea, and he said, "Daddy, you got so many cartridges laying around, why don't you create something special?" And I did. And it was a very good idea actually, so I'm happy he did it, and perhaps I will do it later. But it's a collection here of different kind of battlefield found munition. By the way, this is inert, it's nothing dangerous, it's just a tip I put in, it's been fired, it's just for display purposes. So we have like a 50 caliber, we have 20 millimeter, we have a huge Red Army from the Illusion aircraft machine guns that won these. This is found just out of east of Berlin. This is a 20 millimeter for the Flak 38. This is a very, very unique cartridge, absolutely incredible rare. This is from a very unique, I'm going to tell the future keeper of that what it is. Battle damaged MG cartridge. We have a K98 Mauser clip. We have the MG 3442 link belts found in the SS trench. We have more cartridges. This is American cartridge 303 Colt 45 ACP and a 50 caliber belt link. So pretty cool. All right, I want to say, wait a minute, I have to change battery in the camera, so give me a second. There we are, new battery. I could see it in the display. That will give up in like 15 seconds, so that's good. All right, so thank you to all of you who donated to our work. Let's see who the future keepers will be for these two kind of batches. We have Matthew and Lisa. Thank you so incredibly much for your donations, all of you. But Matthew, you are now the proud owner of this little display here of mixed battlefield munition finds, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna wrap it and pack it as good as I can. If I don't have your address, please put it into the Patreon kind of edit page for yourself. And then Lisa, you are now the future keeper of a pretty cool and original set of collection. if you want to say it like that, but nevertheless, they could be very nice to put in a little glass display. Beautiful. Absolutely, thank you to each and every one of you. But you know what? We have more. We have something for you for the next month. So why don't we take a look at that? Before I show you the next little part here, I wanted to share this with you. There are some absolutely spectacular people out there. And one of our most incredible contributors to what we do is a absolutely stunning girl, Laura. She sent me this little lines there, and I sat and read them several times. I was like, wow, that was so kind of her. So I wanted to read it to you. To venture out on that journey to find hidden treasures requires bravery. To continue on that path and never surrender takes courage. Wow. Eagle Eye, my son, he read that the other day, and he actually asked me if I felt that my son had courage. And I like, boom. It is incredible to see what just some lines can kind of do to yourself. And especially when I saw my son asking if he had courage when he was doing this, I said, of course you have. This is very special what you do. It's very, very unique that such a young boy takes part in such a journey that he's on. And thank you, Laura, for letting us kind of feel these lines, because it was absolutely stunning to sit down and have this little talk with my son. And then he he realized that he has courage. Wow. Thank you for that. All right, let's see. I asked you in the beginning if you wanted maybe have a chance to become the future keeper of a very, very unique German WW2 artifact from a Panzer II. Well, here's your chance. So for next month, we're going to do the same. Going to have 2 of these batches and help us out. You want to help us out? You can donate whatever you like, and in the end, we'll see who the future keepers will be. First, we have this batch here, which is, I think is pretty stunning. We have a original German Luftwaffe, Deutsche Luftwaffe, and Berlin 1938. Original magazine in very good condition. Have a couple of very special other pieces here as well. A Feldpost. We have a Kriegsbücherei der Deutschen Jugend. Very, very unique piece. And all of these are original. There's no copy paste here, as I said. Little compressed there as well. 1940. A couple of die Zigarettenkarten. An incredible cool Kriegsmarine button that Eagle Eyes found. You can see that in one of the latest videos. It's got a producer date and everything. It's a ceramic, gold, whatever, gilt. It came out absolutely perfect from the ground. A couple of stamps, a K98 MG cartridge, a zinc Reichspfennig coin, and a little piece of the tow iron for a German boot. As I said, that was never issued. It was intended to be on one of the soldiers that went out in the battlefield east of Berlin, but now it's here and it's going to be yours maybe for the future keepers, or to keep for the future. And then, my friends, this is something very spectacular, because I'm gonna let this very, very, I don't know how to say it. This is number 79 of 80 books, which came out as a very, very unique special edition for these. And these were given to the kind of more enthusiastic groups of the Jugend. And they were not as common as these, which had many, many more. So this thing here is in spectacular condition, and I want that to be accompanied by this unique piece of the Panzer Tracklink. So this thing here is actually exactly what you see here, and this is a piece of that. That is actually the soil that me and Eagle Eyes glued onto this plate. That is the soil which these were found in. You can see my earlier videos that myself, my daughter and my son, especially Eagle Eyes, found a lot of these. This is just a little model to kind of accompany the Panzer track link. But I think that is one unique piece of history, especially with this thing here. Just imagine that with a couple of photos in a display. Wow, it's an absolute unique piece. And this is the kind of setting that it was taken out of. The Red Army came thundering in from the east. They were on their way to Berlin. There was a very special little area where actually SS and some others were. The spies of the Red Army caught up with the action. They guided the Soviet or Red Army artillery brigade into that tiny secluded forest, and could very well have looked exactly like this. And they just shelled the crap out of everything there, and all that is left are pieces like this spread around, and I know exactly where it is, and we have found them, and we want one of you to be the future keeper of such a unique Panzer II artifact. So enough of that. You find the link in the video description. See if you want to take part, that's up to you. I will show you in the beginning of June who the future keeper will be. What is going on? Why is there a huge steel plate in the middle of nowhere? This is very rare actually to see. At least this main piece here, you can see that. The main piece is still here. But I have a surprise for you. Is that for real? That is the German gun pieces just laying there in the terrain. Yeah, believe me, you are helping us along, and you will benefit and enjoy so much of our work, because the future is pretty bright. We are working very hard. We've come kind of over the top of the hill after the very, very tough spring, to be honest. It's been such a tough spring because of so many things that happen out in the world that kind of makes ripples into the YouTube world, and it really hurts channels like mine and all of that. But we're going to really work much harder, and it's thanks to you that we have the enthusiasm to actually do that and to continue. In the end here, I want to say a massive thank you to some special people here. You are all PayPal donators during a long time, and I want to say our personal absolutely thank you from the bottom of our heart. I want to say thank you to Dawn, Laura, Liza, Martin, Kate, Robert, Michael, Larry, Tim, and Matthew. Thank you so much for your incredible kindness. There are so many more of you, of course, but some of you are kind of in there all the time helping us along, and I wish I could kind of pass on to each and every one of you a ton of stuff, but I do think you find that that is pretty impossible for me to do. But I do my very, very best to make sure that you know, we can continue what we're doing, because it takes it takes a lot. It takes a lot, to be honest. There's no if and doubts. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of effort. It takes especially a lot of funds, money, to be honest. And let me show you something here. This thing here I lost because of a very special activity that we're going to show you. I lost that thing into salt water, and now it's gone. And this thing is like $1,200 something, and I'm just using a borrowed camera until we can save up to get a new one, because this was a very, very good one. But I tried to dry it out, doesn't work. But there you go, boom, $1,200. Not to complain or talk too much about it, but that's how it is to be out there. We're not sitting behind the desk reading out of, you know, books and adding ripped off black and white material and earning millions of views. We're actually out there doing the hard work, and we find locations that I think nobody else in the world shows you, and that's what we kind of hope that we can present to you. That is unique material which are kind of based upon reality and what we do as a team together. And as I said before, all of you, you know, the team members, the officers, the generals, the Walls of Honor members, the subscribers, the viewers, the commenters, PayPal donors, you all are helping us out on this quest. As Laura said, it takes courage to do this, and you have to be dedicated, and I feel that we all are. So much appreciated, each and every one of you, and what you do for us. Enough blah blah blah. Thank you for being here, and I will definitely see you out there in the next one. We have some great material coming up, and we have some insane explorations that we're going to do this summer, so that's going to be cool to show you later. Nevertheless, everybody, thank you, stay safe, keep smiling, thumbs up to all of you, and don't forget, you can help us out by subscribing, commenting, giving us a thumbs up, a little heart. It all helps. So thank you for being in there for us. Bye bye, and see you later.